come and present in groups. As you are presenting in groups, you give opportunity to other group members to critique, to ask questions, to interrogate the issues they have presented. Once they are doing that, they are developing the ability to peer review, reviewing their own colleagues and assessing their own colleagues, serve as a way of evaluating their own learning. Because after that, another group will also come and they will also evaluate them as well. So that where you are, so once they are doing that, you see, it's even enable them to be able to analyze presentations, take note, make critique and praise where they are supposed to be praised, and other make input where they are so. And so once they do, you also take advantage to correct them how you come in to make an input, not to antagonize or to create an impression that you do not like the person. So I tell my student that, hey, before you don't come in presentation, you don't say that you are wrong, or you said that, but I don't think you are right. I disagree with you. You are wrong. That can no in present. We don't do that. Rather, if someone has presented something and you have a contrary view, you raise up your hand. Okay, sir. The group, one of the group members made this comment. In my disagreement, I believe that so. Or I also believe that if you considered in this direction, it may be. That is how we make effective contributions in assessing or evaluating learners. But where some of you want to take advantage to make say, you group one, you the jet ones, you said this is that. How is it? You didn't speak, you didn't explain it well. You got it wrong. No, there's nothing like that. So all these things are things that we need to equip our learners and teach them and encourage them to be able to go through these activities. Then you must also integrate technology effectively and efficiently in instructional practices and inculcate 21st century skills in your learners. Very key. In fact, even in the curriculum, it is there. That's one of the key skills that you are supposed to integrate is that. So after this, the next one we are going to talk, unit is talking about 21st century skills and competencies of a geography teacher, of a professional geography teacher. You must be able to equip yourself in order to be able to inculcate that in your learners. If you don't know these skills, how you even acquire them, how to utilize them, how can you help your learners to also inculcate or have it? So it's important. Okay. Now, having said that, let's come to the national teacher standards as we talked about. Now in Ghana, every teacher who is teaching in Ghana must adhere to these standards, because just Monday I was at a workshop in UCC and JTech together with the NACA. The NACA boys came to do a presentation. And do you know that now when you look at the subject combination that they have done, you know that now science students are given opportunity to do geography. Are you aware?
Yes, please.
Yes, dog.
Business students are given opportunity to do geography. Home economics students are given opportunity to do geography. Applied technology are given opportunity to do geography. Then global studies, there's a course called global studies. That one is mandatory to do geography. It's compulsory to do geography. Then we have those doing biomedical sciences and all those things. They are also doing geography. So at the training, NACA said that now we need to revise our admission requirement to incorporate all these people who are doing it. So someone can do science, do geography, and other government or other courses in addition, and come to the university and come and do geography, and no more do science. So you see how now the subject is getting a wider scope. So someone can do business and end up doing geography in the university, BA geography. So that gives you the out there to know that these are all things as a professional 21st century skill, you must know all these things in the subject area. So last 2 days, I have to, the program that I developed for UCC, I have to go over and add a lot of requirements in the admission in the admission requirement. Let me see if I have here and show it to you. So I did the minimum one and I'm
Yes, sir.
Mahama super culture say evidence based. So we are there now the evidence at once now who say you are so at the end of the day, I even have to do it for economics people as well, and do it for government, be it government program. See, so you see that all the ones in the red. Okay, so are you able to see?
Yes,
Yes,
Doc.
Doc.
So this is the BA geography program. So initially we stopped with the WASI and those things here, but now we have to expand it from that to see. So look at science applicants who pursue geography as one of their elective learning areas with a pass in geography and economics or government are encouraged to apply for consideration. Business applicants, that's business students who pursue geography as one of their elective learning areas with a pass in geography and economics or government are encouraged to apply and they will be considered. Applied technology applicants who pursue geography as one of their elective learning areas with geography and government with a pass in geography and economics or government are encouraged to apply for consideration. Then home economics applicants who pursue geography as one of their elective learning areas with a pass in geography and economics or government are also encouraged. Students who pursue global studies, and these global studies, it is compulsory for them to do geography. That's their first compulsory course. With a pass in geography, economics are also encouraged. Then students who pursue studies in learning areas such as engineering, biomedical sciences, manufacturing, and computer science with geography as one of their elective learning areas with a pass in geography are encouraged to apply for consideration before we go to mature. Okay. So it gives you the idea that it is possible that someone will do science and come to university and come and do BA geography, business, and otherwise. You see, so that means that as a geography teacher, you see, these subject combination and all these things, you people must have a knowledge of it because they are very, very important so far as your subject area is concerned. So I will not be surprised that some years to come, there will be a whole lot of people switching to geography. Okay, so let's continue. Yeah, so with the national teacher standard was developed by the National Teaching Council in 2020 and it was revised in 2024. And the essence of this is to enhance the quality of teaching and learning experiences in Ghana. So this standard serves as a comprehensive set of guidelines that outline the expectations, competencies, and professional behaviors required of teachers across the country. So now, even when you are developing your course outline at the training, they are saying that you must indicate every learning outcome and the national teacher standard that you seek to address. Because data could be coming to observe some of these things. See, they also serve as a benchmark for evaluating teachers' performance, guiding their professional development, and ensuring that the educational system is consistent in delivering high-quality education to students. And it also helps in promoting accountability, fostering continuous improvement, and building public confidence in the teaching profession. So now let's look at what entails in the National Teacher Standard. There are three main domains. There are three main domains of the standards. We have professional, one of the domains, you have the professional values and attitude. And under it, there are two areas. We have professional development and community of practice. Then the second domain is the professional knowledge. Professional knowledge. So under the professional knowledge, we have the knowledge of education frameworks and curriculum. The knowledge of learners, very, very important. Then the third domain is the professional practice. And that one is divided into two. We have three: managing the learning environment, teaching and learning, and assessment. And we are saying that these three domains and aspects encompasses what teachers should value, know, and do. So what we're going to do is that I want to take them one by one and try to appreciate what underscore each of them, which is very important. So these are the domains so far as the standard is concerned. The first one is professional values and attitudes, professional knowledge, and professional practice. They intertwine. Now, when we talk of the professional values and professional attitude, professional values and attitude as the first domain, we are saying that this domain focuses on the ethical standards. Yes, Mary.
Okay, thank you, Doug. Please, per the diagram for the domains, you could see it intersects with each other.
Yes.
So does it mean that the explanation will cut across each and every one of them? Or
they interplay. Interplay
okay.
Means that as a teacher, you need all the three to become a strong, solid, professional teacher. So you cannot say you are strong in one and the rest you are not in there. That becomes a weakness. You cannot stand. They intertwine, they interconnect. Means that your values and attitude should also be in line with your professional knowledge, and these things will reflect your professional practice. Because if you have a good sound professional knowledge, it will reflect in your professional practice. And your knowledge will also, if the kind of knowledge and your behaviors and those is also influenced by your values. Your knowledge also brings, when you learn something, you acquire knowledge, it also affects your attitude towards that particular thing you have learned. That's why they interplay, they intertwine. So one influences the other and also influence the other. That's why they are intersection. Are you getting it?
Yes, Doug. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So this domain focuses on the ethical standards and personal qualities that teachers are expected to uphold in their professional practice. So this is where, as a teacher, you must pay attention to your code of conduct in the school. ethical standards and your personal qualities as a teacher. We have teachers who have come as low as flirting with students that you are teaching. This is against ethical standards. Sending them to buy soccer for you, it's against. It's not good for your personal quality. Using your student, taking advantage of their predicament or their financial difficulties and use them as labor. It is wrong, especially those in the various communities or rural areas. They take advantage of some of these students because their parents are not good to take care of them. They don't come to school early and they say, okay, we'll help you. Come when you come to school, I give you money to buy food and those things. When it's getting to close, come and pick my books and they go and put it in my my home. And when you get there, oh, there are some utensils I couldn't wash them for me. Oh, can you help me fetch water? Then helping you, then the guy with the student to be fetching water and you are sitting down. Then you are turning that situation into a child labor. Why? All these things are things that should go into your conscience that you must exist from these things. So these professional values include your commitment to students as a teacher. Some teachers don't go to school, don't go to class. They don't go early. When they go to, they don't commit to teaching and they'll be speaking and they'll be chatting with some teachers. Teacher be trying to get a phone. Doing what? And a teacher or Tinedex a chia books to Gusuno or Charade. Now I don't know what Chirano will say on Ancasano as a water pressure man don't trust and it's what's a good watch why logos I say will be on and they go up and or trad into some kind of way. These things does not show your commitment to the learners. And learners can read in between the lines. Your commitment to learners is very paramount. Because whatever you do to them, you account for it. And whether you handle them well, tomorrow they will also praise you. They will mention your name. And wherever they will bless your soul, and your soul will be happy. People say that teachers don't die early. It's because God loved children. That's why the other day when the disciples were stopping the children to come to Jesus, he said, no, don't stop them. Let them come. For the kingdom of God or heaven is just for these young ones. So whenever you embrace children and you take care of them like yours, with a good heart, with a good intention, not to take advantage of them and help them well, your life will also never be the same because God also take care of you. That's why make God work your delights and you make your wants his care. The assault in the house will add the rest. You must ensure integrity as a teacher. When Colin Wilcox is telling you that the act, teaching is the art of the greatest, at times some of the students are very snobbish, they are very frustrating and they are very annoying. But you need to exercise patience and handle them like the souls that God has entrusted into your care, which tomorrow you are going to account for them. These are the talents God has entrusted into your care. And tomorrow he will come and say, I gave you this talent. What did you do with it? Did you disperse them? And now the year Juma actually so soon become whom Christ. Hallelujah. Wait. Also for a second, if you want just army. Your integrity is very paramount. Your integrity is very, very paramount. You see, let me tell you something. At times you may take the student that they are kids. They are very observant. One of the days, we were doing Children's Week. And there was a section that we're doing pick and act. And the pick and act, they were saying that you pick and act like a certain teacher, the way the teacher is. So one of them, they picked and say, act like Sir Bento. leading prayers. And the way the people did that thing, I was even surprised myself that it has not even occurred unto me that this is what I do whenever I'm leading prayers. And this kiddo, and we are talking about beginners and primary class, not even the Timothy class. And I was like, hey, so these kids are watching and they are able to demonstrate that. If you like, take advantage in your class and ask your student, pick an art that they want to pick, and you'll pick something. Ask like, say, Amwa, teaching. You will be surprised that the things you have been saying, your mannerism and all those things, they will demonstrate it to you. So what we are saying is that as a teacher, you must be very careful with how you carry yourself. Your integrity is on the line. Don't be the type of teacher who be. See, I don't want to say some things. Anyway, respect for diversity, professionalism, and responsibility. Diversity. See, there are different people with different cultures and different behaviors and different learning abilities altogether. Now we are talking about inclusivity. So you must embrace everybody, irrespective of their background, irrespective of their cultures, irrespective of their learning abilities and inabilities. You do not have to segregate or discriminate. The tendency that at times some teachers tend to like some students than other students because of the relations they have with their parents. Because maybe during their vacation, their parents will give them something, some Uncle Sam oil envelope and all those things. And some other students, for them, their parents don't give. It doesn't matter. That is not why you were called to teach by God. Irrespective whether someone gives you Uncle Rice, someone don't give you king soap, someone give you amonchin. Do you know amonchin? Irrespective of that, be so consistent with every student and handle them the same way. Don't discriminate, because see, in life, God has a way of turning things around that the people that you may not believe that something good may come out of, they will now tend to become maybe your savior. Let me share my own experience. When we were growing up, my basic school, I went to Elmina Methodist Junior High School. So once we were preparing for the BEC, I stayed with my grandmother. My grandmother should tell you, pop. So we always have to go to the beach to hustle for fish and go and sell before we can get something to eat. And when you come to the building, we sleep in like a quarter room. Everybody, including my grandma, my grandpa, and the children, we sleep like sardine. How sardine has been arranged. So when I was going to the basic school, I didn't even have anything called special classes or textbooks. They say, yeah, I bought textbook, and no. I was even the notebook I was using, it was a notebook that one of my fathers used in senior high school that I was using. So I removed some of the portions and I was using it. So there was this lady who's the family, they have some, and tends to like me. So we come and we studied together. She was schooling at Plank. There's a Roman sister school at Olam, Cape Coast. So Plank, there were about 3 ladies, So she comes, in fact, she helps me a lot, gives me food and those things. And at time when she does something and she doesn't stop, when I go there, she will stop. The mother will call me when I get there, she will stop, Charlie. And I was also enjoying the food, not other enjoyment. So we finished writing the BEC, and I think I had 17. And the 17 that I had Ednaman Senior High School, which is a community school in Elmina. And she had Infantiman. One of them also had Ghana National, and another one University Practice. So they said that the lady said to me that I didn't do well, and so he wouldn't want to I went to Naman. She went to Infantman. We vacated. I went to her house and she didn't want to associate with me again because I didn't do well. So vacation, I go there, the way it should be built, then I stopped going there. Only to realize that another guy who is even, I'm in the same Naman school with him, he started mingling with those people and then went in for some big time. Another gentleman who also had a car and all those things. Kwame, me share me corner, me come at Naman secondary school. Started doing God's work there, like Gamsu. I was a Gamsu president, local president. I was a SU executive, and I was a chapel prefect too for the school. So, God being so good, I completed at Naman, and we're the first batch that we had chunk of our batch going to university. And I was part of those who happened to go to university without staying at home. Though I had, I think when you use my social studies, I had 18. And when you use general science, I had 20, grade 20. The issue is that even at Naman, I walk miles, kilometers to school. At times I get to school and my dress is wet without food. And even I remember when they were about to give me the chapel prophet, they said if I'm not a border, they will not give me that chapel prophet. I have to run to people, beg people for them to come and pay. At that time, the boarding fee was, is it 40 cedis or so, or 80 cedis? Yes. To go to boarding. So I went to boarding with Chobos. And that is what everything was in the Chobos, including my dress, my books, my food, as for Garede, it was in it, and sugar. So I never miss dining. Even if I'm going to, I would, even we are fasting, we will take the food and put it there. But if you miss it, you will not. I had opportunity. So all the struggle, I didn't buy any book apart from the Acula Science and those things they gave me. I didn't go for any special classes. The money is not there. So what money are you going to? We struggled. We got to the university. This lady didn't go to university. This lady finished infantile. The other national also finished. They didn't go to university. I went to university, UCC, second year to third year, I became special duties coordinator, and the lady had opportunity to go to CCNMTC, Cape Coast Nursing and Midwifery Training College. And someone that he rejected, I became a Gamsu Dasan executive and go to his college, and I have to induct her as an executive of Cape Coast Nursing and Midwifery in the presence of his parents and other congregation. You see life. From there, I became the Assam president. At a point, she was shy to even come close. Recently, the mother who was taking care of her I bought a new phone for the mother because the mother has also helped me before. When I was going to secondary school, the mother sold bed sheets for me and gave me some, I think 2 bed sheets or so. So at least I bought the phone for the mother. And she wasn't even able to, because the mother there was good to me. When the lady was misbehaving, the mother was very good to me. Recently, one of the mother who took care of Auntie May died. I went and I asked her, and I gave my own contribution to support the buying of the casket. And she was surprised. Even when I went that very day, oh, this okay, they have done it, this is what is left. Oh, I went there, I said, that day I gave him 2,000. Go and settle it with it. That is how life is. So what I'm saying is that child that you seem that is not having, please be nice to that child because you may not know tomorrow what may happen to you. In this life, we need each other to survive. So no one is an island on its own. Maybe and then maybe so be so. And Yamia Duma also the episode then as also. Now, what may be so no, now what apply wisdom. Because Obiso who they take advantage may have been victims of this is and they say another. What do we should buy? And yes, I'll buy another to go. Anyway, let's focus. So, as I said, the domain is divided into two. We have the professional development and that of community of practice. So, in terms of professional development, we are saying that as a teacher, you must engage in critical and collective reflective practice to improve your teaching and learning. You see, collective reflective practices. That's why, as a teacher, anytime you finish your lesson, do an introspection and reflection of whatever you have done and see whether it went the way you want it to go or it didn't, or whether it's the student appreciated you have been able to. Very important, so that you will know going forward whether you must go through the same direction or you must do some form of what modification. Reflective practices are very important. That's why in the standard pay there's a portion called reflection and remarks, and that reflection must be done collectively with the learner to be able to see how collectively both of you are what improving. At times you can even let your student even appraise your teaching. And I saw a message where someone said that he did something like that, and there was a message someone sent. Let me see if I can go back to read those. Yes, also I have Paulo said to I have done some. They observe everything and even your dressing. Very good. So at times, you even let them write about you without writing their names. Let them write 3 things. They like about you that they don't like, that they want to. They will write a lot. Don't let them write their names and let them fold it and come and put it in a bowl. You take it home. You see the things they write about you. And these are all at times is good for your professional improvement. You must also improve personal and professional practice through lifelong learning and continuous professional development. PLC is an example of professional development that teachers must attend. Some reports suggest that teachers these days are reluctant going for PLC. From almost my bread, time or Charlie. As a teacher, you must continually seek to improve. So continuous professional development is very, very important. That is why the government is giving you professional allowance to engage in professional programs. PLC is an example of professional development. Ask yourself, what is your attitude towards PLC? When was the last time you attended PLC? And when was the last time your contribution was heard in PLC? If you have been inconsistent, advise yourself and repent, for the kingdom of God is at hand. You must also demonstrate effective growing leadership qualities in the classroom and the wider classroom. In the classroom, you are a role model. You are a leader. Your students are your followers. That is why you must check your dressing. Check your speech. Check the way you talk. Don't be aggressive on your student. Dress decently. Don't use makeups and those lipsticks that make your face look like a dead body or someone who is, then you realize that your face is red, then your body is black. What is it? What is this? Some of you, when you're even doing the makeup, you don't susu to make it. You don't measure. Then we understand we are now saying the name guy corner. What is the meaning of it? The same way, my gents, the guys, dress decently. Don't wear any dress. Make sure that if your long sleeves is ironed nicely, you tuck in and close your buttons. If they are tied, the shirt that you don't tuck in, make sure that it's decently well with the right dress, trousers or khaki and the right foot as well. Because these are things you are teaching your students. Don't forget, we learn in curriculum studies, hidden curriculum, things that you do that you don't intentionally communicate to students, but by virtue of you being a role model, always looking at you in the class, they emulate those things unconsciously. Then we have professional values, community of practice, which is another leg of the professional values and attitude. And here we are saying that the teacher is guided by legal and ethical teacher code of conduct in his or her development as a professional teacher. I know GS, they have their code of conduct. True or false?
It's true.
And I'm sure if you're a teacher here, you have access to it. You have a copy of it. Is there anyone here who do not have a copy of it?
Yes.
So I'm sure all of you have copies.
So I'm not sure.
I'm asking you, you talk about yourself. Don't talk about somebody. Stephen, do you have it?
No, please. They didn't give me anything.
Steve, please, they shared it. They have shared one. I think Nat did that. So I don't know your association. Maybe that's why you don't have.
So that it was done by Nat. It wasn't the GS.
Oh, but they are the association that they collaborate. So it's possible that they have collaborated with GS to get it for their members. So if you are also with consent, or if you are with the what is the other one? What is it? Someone
Not
innovative CCT.
Innovative.
Nagrat.
Yeah, Nagrat. No, you consent teachers here.
Enjoy.
Yes, sir. Commission of consent. Yes, sir.
Yes. So, Mary, for the sake of benevolence, if you can help your colleagues and put copy on the page so that those who don't have can have access to it. Right.
Okay, Doug, I'll do that for them.
God bless you. So you must appraise yourself with what is in there. You see, let me tell you something. We live in a country where you can do anything thinking that there are no laws until something occasion or an incident happened. That's why you know that there's a law in Ghana. It's the same thing in the university. You may do anything in the university thinking that you are a master of your own. Until something happens, that's why you know that even in the university, when you are leaving campus, you must take exit from your hall. Whether you are in diaspora, that you are no more in the hall, you must even go to your hall and take exit. But a lot of university students, we don't know. Until something happens. But when you go through this student handbook, your code of conduct, that you get to know these things and make sure that you abide by them. Engage positively with colleagues, learners, parents, school management committee, school boards, PTA, and wider public as a professional practitioner. Yes, these are all stakeholders in ensuring effective instructional activity. Parents are going to buy books for their work to come to school learn. They will pay their fees. If it's a secondary school grad, they are not paying fees. They will pay what you call prospectus. They will buy a lot of things. So they are stakeholder. How are you relating with parents concerning their children? School management committee. How are you relating with them? Or yours is about going to teach and go your way? Because your relationship with some of these school management committee and even the school board can even help you get something that you need for your class that the school cannot, the head cannot provide. Because in this world, your lobbying skills also helps a lot. The PTA, thanks be to God now, the T has come again. At first, they removed the T and they made it PA. And I didn't like the idea because, see, how can a parent come and have a meeting about a school that The teachers who are taking care of the kids cannot be part and say what is happening in the school. Then you will say the headmaster or headmaster is part of it, but the headmaster does he teach? How would the headmaster know all the nitty-gritties in the school if he's not informed by teachers? But if the teachers are part, they are in a better position to even give better information about learners in their classroom. So I did not like the idea where the T was removed and they made it PA, Parent Association. There should be PTA, Parent Teachers Association, and the wider public. These are very important things that the community you find yourself. That's why there are some teachers in the community. The community does, in fact, I have a brother, when he was living, is it in Yandencha, that community that he was teaching, the community be there. Mando, yes, Mando. The community people said they will not let him go. They went to the education office to threaten them that if I allow my brother to leave the place, they will create a problem. Why? Because this, my brother, will go to the extent of even shaping the student, getting a barber to cut the hairs of the student, who will come to Elmina, who will mobilize, use clothing and items. You go to the community and share it among the students. He was able to get an NGO, some white, to come and do some culture activity, and he was able to get a project for the school. He will do Bible studies, Sunday school for the kids on Sundays in his house. People will go there and eat. And even some of the parents will be encouraging them, getting a pad and all those things for the kids. So the parents said they will not allow my brother to leave the place. They went to the education officer. If they don't, they make sure that my brother leave the place. They will close the school. The parents too, and the leaders. Now they say, okay, they will give him a land and they will fund for him. They will fund for him and all those things. But it's also growing. And you can also continue to handle the kids in that way. No, not all with the salary. It's not the salary. You see, that's where you bring about innovative and creativity as a leader, as a teacher. You see, there are some things, it's not about your salary. Some of them we all supported. Your connections to get to people to get the work done. Because when you are waiting for government will not come and do it. All of our we support. We mobilize the youth clothing from Elmina. Then we send it to him. It wasn't his money. But you see, when you have the hearts and the will, God also opened doors in how to get those things done. Develop a positive teacher, professional identity and disposition, and act as good role model for learners. As a teacher, you must be optimistic. That's why Wilcox will say that the teaching is the job that is the greatest act of optimism. Be optimistic about your students. Be positive about them. And also be appreciative in the profession that you find yourself. Though it may not be good in terms of salaries and those things. But for now that you find yourself there, be appreciative and do it with all your hearts, with all your soul, with all your mind. And the Lord himself, I've seen a teacher, through teaching, he has been able to make a project that even a university lecturer who takes huge sums of money has not been able to do. Because at times, it's not about the amount you take. It's about the grace of God. God that showeth mercy. That brings you people connected because of your heart and your good deeds. That you are able to do those things. As a teacher, you must see your role as a potential agent of change in society, community, and what? Country. Very important. So if you are seeing yourself as a potential agent of change to transform the student, to go and transform their community, and you are transforming these students in a negative way by flirting with some of them, sleeping with some of them, sending some of them to buy soccer and those things for you, you are teaching them to be a negative agent of society. Then you hear in the news, a teacher has impregnated about 4 students. What is the hell? What is wrong with you? We are now saying, oh, yeah, and then or catch us a. Gone are the days teachers were held in high esteem. But then, yeah, so you can be a self profession. Some of us, even these days, the way we dress, teacher ni, we janiti huha. Say, the mini forest, and I say, it's one forest, yeah, mind you. Professional knowledge, that's the next. Hey, I've hit on someone's issue. Hey, student going to buy soccer for teacher. Prince, Makawa sama mama home. Aganu. Sure. Obi, someone is asking what is soccer, so you don't know soccer. Hey, I'm guessing. Are you pretending or you are not in Ghana? It's an alcohol in a sachet. Small sachet. So when they buy, they put in a quality, you don't even know. People call it a budidi. Budidi. There are different varieties of it and with different names, but the one I have seen, that's what I'm here. Now, professional knowledge. This domain focuses on the teacher's mastery of the content they teach and understanding of how students learn. It focuses on the mastery of the content the teacher they teach and understanding of how students learn. So here we are saying that the teacher are expected to have strong grasp of their subject matter and pedagogical skills that align with the development and cultural considerations. This ensures that teaching methods meet diverse learners' needs. And under the professional knowledge, we have two forms. We have the knowledge of educational framework and curriculum, and that of the knowledge of learners. So under the knowledge of educational framework and curriculum, we are saying that the teacher should demonstrate knowledge and understanding of the educational system and the key policies that is guiding the education system you find yourself. Now, what is the major education reforms? What are the educational policies and program strategies that the country is projecting? These reforms that have come, there are a lot of. Now we have the National Teacher Standard, which is educational policy that you must address yourself with. We have the NTEF, which also area that whenever you are developing a curriculum, you must focus. And a number of areas with these standard policies that are brought on board that you must really know what is really happening. You must also have comprehensive knowledge of the approved school curriculum, including learning what outcomes. Now we have the new school curriculum called the Geography Secondary School Curriculum, the standard base. Every geography teacher must have a copy. You must have a copy of the teacher's manual too, and study them by side and know what is currently demanded of you as a teacher and be able to go through it and also help it as well. You must also have relevant content knowledge, pedagogical content for the school and grade they teach. So we'll do TPAC as a whole topic on its own. So let's leave it there. And we are saying that at the pre-primary and primary levels, the teacher knows the curriculum for the years and the appropriate pedagogies for teaching multi-grade classes, especially when you are dealing with the early grade, nursery, KG, the primary, up to the upper primary level to the base. See, because for the basic, the kids, there are various ways of learning, and so you have to have a different activities, strategies, techniques of being handling these early grade levels of students. You must also have good knowledge of how to teach beginning, reading, numeracy, and speaking, listening, reading, writing of at least one Ghanaian language for instruction. And especially when you find yourself at a level where at times you have to blend the L1 with the L2, or where you have to use L1, you must be able to read in a Ghanaian language. Now people you ask us, I'm a Fanti, but he can't read Fanti. Hey, I say I'm a Ga, but I can't even read Ga. I'm an Ewe, but I can't even read the Ewe language. Then who are you? What are you? What identifies you? At least you should be able to, your own dialects, you should be able to read in them. So those of you who are from certain places that you don't go home, you don't know your background, you get to go home. They will not kill you. Why? All the witches and wizards are they are dead. They are dead. They are dead and gone. So they will not kill you. Go back. Those mentality of our fathers and mothers who say, "Oh, don't come." I have a student that the father said that he will not allow him to come to his village. He will allow her when he has finished university. So she always stay with the auntie in Cape Coast. And I asked a question. Those witches and wizards, don't they know that the child is in school? They don't know that the child is in Cape Coast, that they can come there. So what are you saying? Because at times we hear, say, hey, Obi, our approaching and a behavior cookie manishuba acquire that kind of. So if they can travel, you are in Western and your child is schooling in Cape Coast, and I'm to remember. As a teacher, you must also, at the secondary school level, we are saying that the teacher must possess this relevant knowledge of how to teach the content, skills, and competencies specified in their respective curriculums and promotes literacy across the curriculum. And when you look, like I showed you the last time, you see that there were core competencies that have been outlined. So the next unit will take each of these skills, the 21st century skills and competencies, and see how you can develop all these things when the learners are involved. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, please. I heard someone saying, say, any question or problem? So we have the next aspect of the professional knowledge, the student knowledge of students. And here we said, as a teacher, you must understand how learners develop. That's why you do educational psychology, theories of learning, stages of growth of development, so that you understand how students develop per their age and learn in diverse contexts and apply this in your planning as a teacher, your teaching and assessing students as well. Takes account of and respect learners' sociocultural, linguistic, economic, and educational background in planning and teaching and assessing students. And you must also have knowledge of what we call the cell, which is the social emotional learning needs of all learners, and provide adequate support. And all these things I'm talking about, when you look at it, when you get the material, we have expanded them with examples, explanations, and things that you can do. So when you get the books, there's a thorough explanation to all these with examples as well. Then we have professional practice, the third one. And here this encompasses the skills and strategies teachers utilize in their daily teaching activities to ensure effective learning experiences. Example includes your learning planning and preparation, your instructional strategies, classroom management, assessment and evaluation, reflection and adoption. All these forms part of your professional practices. So it is also divided into three. We have managing the learning environment, and here we are saying that the teacher must plan, prepare, and deliver varied and challenging lessons in different teaching and learning contexts, showing a clear grasp of intended learning outcomes of their teaching. Varied and challenging lessons in different teaching and learning contexts because we have different students with different learning abilities and learning needs. Hence, you must be able to plan and prepare for these diversities so far as learning styles are concerned. You must also the teacher must carry out action research to improve what practice. And we all know that action research, they are basically classroom activities that are conducted to solve immediate classroom issues. You must be able to also create a safe, conducive, and encouraging learning environment. And in methods of, we'll look at classroom management as a whole topic, and we'll be looking at some of the things to do to establish positive learning environment or conducive learning environment. So we'll leave it here and discuss that over there. You also manages behavior and learning in small and large classes or groups. Yes, very important. These are all things that as a teacher you must pay attention. Then we have teaching and learning aspect. We said the teacher must employ a variety of innovative pedagogical strategies that encourages learners' participation, critical thinking, and problem solving. You must also pay attention to all learners, especially females, learners with some essential socio-emotional needs, including those who are gifted and talented, the marginalized, the vulnerable, to ensure that all of them progress according to their own ability. You must also employ teaching and learning strategies appropriate for learners with diverse backgrounds and mixed ability, multilingual, and multi-aged classes. Think, especially multilingual means that, especially that's why it's important that I remember we went to do some study in one of the ever communities in Cape Coast, Ochesu. And the way one of the teacher is not an ever person, he was teaching some mathematical concept and student did not get it. And even it was finding it difficult, stage 4, how to let them. So what he does is that he will call one of the students, you come and speak to the kids in ever while the teacher explains in Brofu. I've said this is a disaster. What if the student is giving a profit to the learners? If the student is giving a profit, how will you know? Because you don't understand. And they are speaking their own way. If they are even insulting you, how will you know? If they are insulting you, the teacher, how will you know? That's why I think it's about time that GS must look at those things, posting people to areas that they can at least speak their dialect and use it in their teaching. So that I don't post someone who cannot even speak a certain language to a certain area. If the students are planning to ambush him, insulting him in the interpretation, how would they know? You must also set meaningful and challenging tasks that encourage learner collaboration and lead to purposeful learning. Also, the teacher must explain concepts, clearly using examples familiar to students. Yes, that's why we see concepts that they are familiar, such examples within their daily environment that they can easily relate with. Very, very important. You must also identify, produce, and use a variety of teaching learning resources, including ICT and appropriate digital tools to enhance learning. We have said that teaching learning resources is very, very crucial in enhancing effective teaching and learning. So you must also be able to identify and use varieties of these resources. The third leg is the assessment. And here we are saying that the teacher must integrate a variety of assessment strategies into his or her teaching to support learning, must observe, listen to learners, and give constructive feedback. You must also identify and remediate learners' difficulties or misconceptions, referring to learners whose needs lie outside the competency of the teacher. So if you have a student with a special need that you think that you cannot handle, you can get, that's why in every school there should have been a psychologist or a counselor, so that you can get support to make sure that this child's need has been addressed. You must also keep meaningful records of every learner and communicate progress clearly and regularly to learners, school administration, and parents as well. That's why you need to establish that collaborative lifestyle relationship with parents, school management, learners themselves, and other stakeholders who equally have a role to play so far as the school activity is concerned. Also, you must demonstrate awareness of national and international learning outcomes and assessment and standards, and aligns them to the school learning outcomes. See that the curriculum we developed, if you look at the teacher's manual and the curriculum, it has all have a reflection from the national, the global goals, sustainable development goals, then that of the national. And so you must be able to align all these, understand all these things, know them, and see how you can also make sure that your instructional activity are aligned to these learning goals or outcomes. You must also be able to use criterion reference to assess what? Learners. And we all know what we mean by criterion reference. Though, so for example, where there's a certain set of criteria or standard that are used to measure what the learners have been able to achieve. So for example, like the standardized exam we do, BEC, WASC, the mock exams, where some company, the district mock exams and all these activities that we do, where there's a standard of the criteria that are used to assess. And in line, we are encouraging performance-based assessments, portfolio, and all these things are very important. You must also demonstrate knowledge and understanding of how to align curriculum outcomes, pedagogy, and assessment to see whether the pedagogy, the activities, the technique, and the use you made use of really helped you to achieve your outcome. And if it will help you to know whether you have achieved your outcomes or not, it will be dependent on the assessment activity that you are going to do. And that there should be alignment between the outcomes, the pedagogy use, and that of what the assessment strategy. Any question up to this point? I think I've spoken a lot without giving room for contributions and questions. So please, any question or contribution? Okay, then let's look at professional development programs that teachers can undertake. Some professional program teachers, geography teachers can undertake. So we are saying that continuous professional development is a lifelong learning process by which teachers develop, maintain, and enhance their personal and professional qualities towards improving their knowledge, skills, and practices. So as a teacher, truth be told, continuous professional development is key to your growth and development in the subject area. Hence, you must not joke with it. There are two forms of professional, it can be formal professional development activity or informal. What we say formal professional development activity, these are activities that has an official sanction by an institutions, a body, organization, or whatever. So example of formal CPD experience include workshops, professional meetings, like association meetings and conferences, in-service training, either organized by GS, NACA, whatever organization, mentoring, when you have been given to a teacher to mentor, it's a part of professional work. Then coaching, peer collaboration, professional learning communities, PLC, curriculum focused seminars that are closely aligned with teachers' classroom. So any curriculum training, seminars, workshops are all forms of professional development program, which are in the bracket of the formal. Then we have informal experience, such as reading professional publications. So, for example, when people have written papers on professional development, some professional development issue, and they publish, and you also read those publications, these are not sanctioned by organizations or institutions, but you read to also get knowledge and experiences from there. Watching television documentaries related to any academic disciplines, like in geography, you have NASA, Ghana Geographic Association, Ghana Geographical, other associations who do documentary about their subject area that you get access to watch them. Then self-study can also be a form of professional development area. So these are all various examples of professional development programs that you can engage in to develop yourself. But in conclusion, as a professional teacher, professional development is key in your growth and development so far as the area of your subject and being up to touch with 21st century happenings and global mindset of citizen is concerned. Thank you very much for your time. And that brings us to the end of the unit 5, which is professional geography teacher. Any question? But when you get the material, there's a lot of explanations, detailed examples in there, but this because of slides. I'm not there. Any question or contribution? Any question or contribution? Yusuf,
Please, I want to find out in the materials, do we have sample questions that we can try our hands?
what do you mean by that? There are review questions at the back, like the other ones.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Dog, but this time around, all the review questions are objectives. So,
The review questions you have at the back, are they essay questions or they are objectives?
Dog, please, they are objectives. The
Yes.
objectives questions.
So, quiz in any objectives. As I'm on the essay, they do we will discuss areas, so no problem. Okay, so in absence of any, we'll end it here. It's 8:40, and so that I can get some cocoa to drink before the program starts. So we'll continue tomorrow with the methods. Then next week, which is our last meeting, we'll come and we are left with 2 topics: the 21st century skills and competencies of the teacher, and that of TPAC. Then we end with teaching geography. Yeah, you see if your hand is up again, or Steven.
Yeah, sir, please, it's me.
Okay.
Doc, please, this one, it's an appeal. So you see, the course that you teach us, you realize that most of the areas are seriously identical. So sometimes learning it is easy, but Doc, it's not easy. So please, say, like, sometimes you could see maybe a topic relating to the same subtopic. Like you could see principle here, principle running throughout. So sometimes that is where some of us normally mix the point when we are trying to
No, the issue is that when you
explain the
see
point.
principle, that shouldn't be your focus. Look at the end result. We are saying principles of teacher planning, principles of teaching, principles of classroom management. How are they the same? No, some of them you can apply certain points in two different locations, and it doesn't make it the same. You are trying, for example, the curriculum studies. When I ask of the principle of planning a geography curriculum, what are the principles? Then you have gone to state selection principles for selecting learning experience. How are they the same? Which there is a
So, Doc, please.
Yeah, I'm listening.
So, Doc, please. This time around, we are really going to monitor it very well, and to at least
Or
to see
so
how
is
best
it a
it
suggestion
is.
that I shouldn't bring anything called principles so that you don't confuse yourself?
No,
Oh,
Doc.
no, sir. No, sir. Please, not that. But sir, you see, your questions are very, very tricky, especially the session A. Seriously,
Yeah, what?
some are very, very tricky. The
Ah,
A, yes, and
send the money objectives, you know.
but no, when it happens like that, then you see, uh, like,
But you see, the truth of the
Doc,
matter is that, you see, I understand you. The truth of the matter is that you have all the questions in the book, and it's the same questions that we bring. So why don't you solve it? And even if in quiz, I tell you, oh, for quiz one, maybe a unit 1 and 2. So you focus on the questions on the unit 1 and 2. In exams, I can tell you, oh, the exams is for unit this and this for the exams. And I do the marking scheme as well. Until I think, so what you have to do is that some more areas, go and solve the questions and just also have a general understanding of the unit you are using, and you are good to go. And you've been out with the also good try 17. Isn't all good?
Doc,
Higher crown. Higher
yes.
crown.
So say yes. So say we will talk about that because we will talk about that after the matriculation.
Yes. Yes. So we'll meet tomorrow, God willing. Bye.
Thank you very much for your time and your attention.
Madam
God
Mary,
bless you.
Yes, please.
Madam Mary.
Yes.
Oh, I'm at your gate.
Are you sure?
I'm at your gate.
Okay.
Let's
I'm
go.
coming. I'm coming.
Hello, Madam Mary.
Okay, Brother Stephen, your hand is up.
At the book scheme.
Colleagues, please, good morning again. So far, per the course that received, some communicated to our course rep that we have received the books. Others too, we have not heard from them. For now, those at Vota, those at Kumasi, and prior, so far, they have communicated that they received their books. So apart from such people, if you have received your book, please call the course rep and then inform him so that we will get to know that the books are with you. Thank you so much.
I'm one.